What if waiting is actually making it worse? Okay, and sometimes we then have families that come to us with only 3 foods left in their diet. That is not even an exaggeration. That happens more frequently than you would care to know. But that's because they kept being told that they're going to outgrow it. Their list was shrinking, and everyone was saying, don't worry about it. But now we have a really big problem because they were in the red flag group, not the it's okay to wait it out group. They're not meant to be afraid of food in this time period. It's about control, routine, preferences shifting fast, right? If meal times are predictable, emotionally stable, safe, you've got a good foundation to gently start exposure over time. If their list is shrinking to under 15 to 20 foods, that is not a good number. Most kids will naturally expand their food variety, especially after age 3. Waiting here can make it worse because avoidance is just reinforcing itself. The longer they stay in that rut, the deeper it gets, and the more those foods start to drop off. Meal times are full of stress, meltdowns, gagging, crying. If they feel like a battle, or your child is regularly covering their ears, refusing to come to the table, gagging, just looking or talking about foods, that is not developmentally normal picky eating at all. That is their nervous system is in fight or flight, total distress. So that's their visual system. Visually, they're looking at a food and it's giving them a physical response, which is not typical. If your child avoids all proteins or all fruits, or if they only eat dry, crunchy carbs, that's not a preference. It is a pattern, and they can get very stuck in that pattern and very comfortable. That would be like showing you pictures of people walking and videos of people walking and be like, okay, are you going to walk yet? Meat requires a lot of chewing endurance. And I'm not talking about chicken nuggets, because a lot of times we get kids who will eat chicken nuggets, but that's not the same as a piece of chicken or a steak if your child is a picky eater. If their food list is shrinking or stuck under 15 to 20 foods, that's not a good zone to be in. If meal times are full of stress, meltdowns, gagging, that's not a great place to be in either. We want to help regulate their nervous system, and that will require more specific help. Or if they avoid entire food groups or can't tolerate mixed textures, that is a classic sign that there is some oral motor and sometimes a little combination of oral motor and sensory issues that we need to tease out. But do you want to really wait until there's 2 to 3 foods left in their diet? That's why we don't do cookie cutter advice. It's all very individualized and based on what your child needs, because that's really the only way we have found to successfully help kids is tailoring everything specific to them. Food is your fuel. You need to eat every single day, several times a day. And it's really hard to go through life eating only a handful of foods.